Episode 10 of The Bad Batch is a throwback to some Clone Wars lore and also shows off the brutality of the new Empire. Just to refresh your memory, Raxus is the capital of the separatists, which was first shown in the Clone Wars episode, Heroes on Both Sides. This was the episode in which Padme and Ahsoka went to Raxus in order to help ensure a peace deal would be hammered out. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, and here we are. It's kind of poetic that they're showing off the evil of what used to be the Republic on the same planet they showed off the humanity of the separatists. Right at the beginning of the episode, the town square is closed in on by a group of ATTEs, which is showing off the brutal tactics of the new Empire. The sequence is really cool because of how reminiscent it is of Tiananmen Square, which can't be unintentional. Hunter initially refuses the job because he doesn't want to help a former separatist senator, and there's a general attitude of distrust among them. For instance, on the way to Raxus, Echo seems to think the codes given to them won't actually let them into the planet, and it's a trap. It's really cool how they're showing off how the Bad Batch is having a difficult time adjusting to their new mercenary work post-politics. Hunter decides Omega needs to be left behind because of the events of the past few episodes and the general danger of Raxus. The Omega plot in this episode involves her playing games of Dejarik against patrons of Sid's bar for money. This plot shows off Omega's tactical mind and that she was able to defeat all of her opponents and make enough money to pay off the Bad Batch's entire debt. I think it's really cool that we're getting to see more of what Omega is capable of on her own, without any help from the group, and even in ways that aren't necessarily conventional. I can't wait to see what they're going to do with her character, and I hope she's going to get an Ahsoka-style arc. A big theme in this episode is the Bad Batch learning to cooperate with their former enemies. Once they've broken Senator Singh out of prison, they have to make their escape in an ATTE. However, they don't have enough firepower to defeat the walkers that are following them and are forced to make an escape using underground tunnels. Only the Senator knows about them, and this tension isn't finally resolved until Hunter finally trusts him enough to make a tricky maneuver and use the ATTE to shield them while they blow up the wall and let them through into the subterranean tunnels. The most gut-wrenching callback to the original trilogy we see in this episode is the Empire's employment of the interrogation droid. The sequence in which the questioner taunts him and the interrogation droid starts approaching the Senator and humming louder is absolutely chilling. Although they did a good job of showing off the descent of the Republic into authoritarianism in the Clone Wars and the prequels, the brutality of the tactics the Empire employs in this episode is astonishing. Against both the civilians in the square and the political prisoner in Senator Singh, we are truly seeing the fall of the Republic here. Something I liked about this episode is that the Bad Batch only shoots other clones with their blasters on stun. I wonder if this is going to be changing as the series goes forward. They're using stun in this situation so they are not forced to hurt the people that they considered brothers very shortly ago. Even though they would gladly kill them, they know that their former brothers don't have a choice. Although we have the benefit of hindsight that there is another generation before the Empire falls, the Bad Batch is still holding out hope that those clones can be saved from their inhibitor chips. I really like the ending sequence in which Hunter and Omega have their battle. Although it's impossible to know the result, I think it's safe to assume that Omega will be back in the field soon. Overall, I'd say this is one of the best episodes we've seen of The Bad Batch so far. It's probably my favorite of the episodes that don't fit into an arc. It fits neatly into the filler section of the series, but it definitely has a lot of substance. I'm gonna give it an 8 just because it wasn't as good as the past couple of episodes, despite how high that bar is. Thanks for watching.